welcome back to card number 3. If you haven't watched card 1 and 2, you can go do that now, or you can watch this and then go back later. My name's Julie Sutcliffe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK, and this is my Tremendous Trees online class. Welcome back to my lovely ladies who are taking part. I hope you've caught up with your cards. If you haven't, don't worry, that's fine. We're on to card number 3 now. We made 2 in the first session, and for this one I'm going to actually make a shaker card. Now, I don't often do shaker cards, particularly in classes, but I thought this stamp set lent itself to a shaker card. So I've created a little scene. It almost looks a bit like a snow globe, I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to show you how I have achieved that. Now, whilst I was reaching down to switch my heat tool on, I found a little bit more of the paper. So I told you some fibs before, and I did have a little bit of paper left, so that's good. So I'm good to go with the rest of my cards now, so that's fine. Right, what we're going to do first, remember we had that one sheet of thick basic white. Well, we're going to use that for this card. And you don't need all of it, so we're going to move the cutter out of the way. We're going to pop it in portrait, so vertically, and we are going to score it at 10.5. And this is the alternative way that I tried to explain on the other video. So we've scored at 10.5. We then flip it round and we cut at 14.8. Okay. And then we've got our cards. Yeah. Like that. We don't need one of those, we only need the one, so one can go into our spares pile. Right, while the trimmer's out, we are going to cut a piece of paper down. This is already the right width, so that's perfect. We're going to cut a piece of paper to 9 centimetres. Now, there's 2 slightly different red ones. There's a red spotty one, and then there's this one that's got sort of got like diamonds on, which I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut it to 9 by 13.3. 9 by 13.3 centimetres. And I'm going to grab a piece of Pool Party. Now, because my trimmer was a bit fuzzy, I've used all mine, but you should have half a sheet left. Oh, now, let me just think on, because we need this piece for... you need this piece, but you've got some left, so ignore what I do here, because you've got some left. You should have half a strip left, so cut your half a strip left down to 9.5. I'm going to grab another piece of card. 9.5 by 13.8. Okie dokes. I think that's all I need to do for now. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually glue these 2 pieces together. Don't use a ton of glue. All right. I go around the edge about half a centimetre in with a very thin line, and then I do a squiggle across the middle. Unless you're my husband, who likes to do little drawings with the glue, if I ever teach him crafts. Okay, and then we glue that down like that. So we've got 2 pieces. You might think, Julie, why have you done that? I'm going to show you why. Now, we are going to cut an aperture or a hole. So you will need a die cutting machine, and you will need either a circle. You could try a big punch if you had a big punch. I don't mean that kind of punch. You could try a punch if you had one that'd go through 2 pieces. A circle's good, an oval, a square. So let me show you what we're going to do. Now I'm going to use the new framed florets dies, which are part of my class next month, okay? And bookings are already open for that at events.thepaperhaven.co.uk. I'm going to take this die. Let me show you it on the platform. And I'm going to pop it in, and I'm probably going to have it a little bit more towards the top than the bottom, just so there's a bit more room at the bottom, if you can see that. So there's a bit more room here than there is there. Oh no, I might actually do it so it's more central. Yeah. Does that look all right? So yeah, the stylish shapes dies, if you have those, would be great for this. But I thought I'd use these because I can advertise my class for next month. Now what this die does, it cuts out, obviously this is what we're interested in. Oh, I've gone a bit more to the left there than the right, but never mind. It cuts out, we want the aperture, but it does an oval and then a lovely little frame. You can't see very well because I'm on a pattern paper. It's got like a little texture. So this is great for a gift tag. And then this could be used on another project. So you've got bonus things. If you're using those, if you have those, you've got bonus things. If you buy them next month, or you can buy them this month. But if you do the class next month, you will have those dies as well. Right, so we've got our aperture. We're going to set that to one side and we're going to bring in our card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it out so it's flat on my desk. And I'm going to keep bringing this back to see how much room I've got. I'm going to take my Pool Party ink and the blending brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the top half. So I'm just going to eyeball that and just gently press out the ink. Now you don't want to come out. You've got to think, I need to have at least 1 centimetre in, sort of around, where's my scrap paper? Around the edge. So I'm inking this up like this, creating a lovely sky. And then I can bring this in and think, yep, that's good so far. I need a bit more down the sides. Maybe a bit more down the sides. Nice scene. Okay, so we've created that there. And I know it doesn't look much at the minute, but I promise you it will look good. So we've got that lovely sky. All right. Now what we're going to do is there is a snowflake stamp in this stamp set. Where have I put my stamps? Oh, they're there. There is this little 3 snowflakes, so pop it on a small block, and using the Pool Party, actually I'm not going to do the snowflakes now, I'm going to do the trees, so please do ignore me. Okay, so we're going to stamp the trees straight onto here. Now we do need our mat, we need our mat back. All right. And I'm going to use the large tree and the medium tree again. I'm not going to do the accents. You know, the darker bits, I've just decided not to for this one. Because I want it to be more of a background rather than the focal image. So I'm going to take the tree. And I'm using Old Olive ink. I'm tapping it down. I'm going to hold this here and think, yeah, I want that there. So quickly move that, hover that down and stamp, move it and then stamp again like that. All right, bring this back. We'll see how it looks. There we have our little scene developing. And now we'll get the other one. Stamping it in the old olive, and I think, right, I want that there. Move that out of the way. And I think I might do a pale one again and have that like that. And then bring that back in. And voila! We have our little scene with our trees. We like that? Okie doke. So now we can take our snowflakes and we can go bananas with them. Now, what I like about these, they're in a 3 and they're in like a little triangle. So we can do them over the, you can turn it round. Let's move this out of the way. As long as you don't go out further than a centimetre. You can stamp them to go around the trees. Like that. So just enjoy. Always just do light taps. I just do like a da-da on the ink pad, a bit like a heartbeat. Da-da. Let's see how we're doing. Keep bringing this back in. Look at your border, make sure it's, oh, that's good. Just need a couple more, I reckon, at the top. Ooh. And I think we were short down at the side here. We're all good. I think that's all good. Yep. We're happy with that. Right. Now this is where the window sheet's going to come into play. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to move that out of the way and we're going to turn our card over like this. And I'm going to bring in that piece of window sheet or acetate and it's going to stick here like this. Now what I'm going to do is, I was going to look for some tape. I don't know where my tape has gone. So I'll do it with glue. I will show you how you can do it with glue. But I would probably use tape. Don't come too near the oval and don't put too much on. But I'd probably tape this down. So we've just got that in place now. When we turn it over, we've got our window, okay? This is where the fun starts, right? So we're going to take a sheet of foam pads, all right? Now, I could do with a new pack. Oh, I just so happen to have some in my drawer down here. Stampin' Dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these edges. These are perfect for this. Now you can buy the strips that we do, the long strips, which are brilliant for shaker cards. I don't actually have any of those at the minute. I thought I did. So I'm going to use these edges. The other strips are great because they're a little bit deeper. And I'm going to use the edge and I'm going to manipulate it with the straight edge coming in and the pointy bit going out. That's really important. So we don't want any gaps. When we're putting these around, we don't want any gaps. I would recommend the long strips better than this, but this is another, oh, I took the backing off that already. This is another alternative. markings coming off there. Again, just manoeuvre these around. Oh, look at that, perfect fit. Absolutely perfecto. Right, so then we've got that. Can you see that? We've created a little frame. Then what you need to do to ensure it's stable is pop them in the corners. Like that. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to bring our work of art in. And you're going to take your sequins. Now, I don't have any of those sequins left. I'm using something else, which I don't even know if we stock anymore. And they might be too chunky, but I'm going to see how they go. They might not work, but you would add your sequins here. But you would put your sequin... Oh, no, these aren't going to work because they're rolling all over. They're rolling all over my desk. The sequins will be fine. These are like little balls. But anyway, we'll see if we can do it. We'll see if we can get it to work. Let's add a few more in. And they're all rolling away. Right, we'll get in what we can. Oh, man. I've got little... Anyway, this is where you'd put your sequins in. So just ignore how I've done it. Pop your sequins in. Yours won't roll away. How funny. That's when you forget... Oh, when you forget to order yourself a pack. I've got less of them now. I've just knocked them all. So take all the backings off here. And then we're going to trap these. You won't have the issues that I'm having. We're going to trap these in. Get that equal. Oh. And then, right, I'm going to try and get all these. Oh, these, man, these are pesky, these. I'm not sure I'm into these things. They're rolling all over. Look at them all. Anyway, they're effervescent elements. Okay, so they're in there, and your sequins will be a lot nicer than that. Okay, it's like a pinball game, that. I think I've got one stuck down there, actually. Hang on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we've got a shaker card. Or you should have a shaker card. But hopefully yours will be a lot better than mine. Mine have all got stuck. Yours will look like this. Yeah. Okay, so they'll move around. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use that banner that I cut for you, which is here. And I'm going to stamp in soft suede just because I know that colour ink is already on the stamp. And I'm being lazy to clean it. But you could use real red or old olive. But I'm going to stamp Christmas greetings. It just fits in nicely on here. This is from the Stylish Shapes. Love these banners with the stitching on. We're going to stamp that. And I've still got a little bit of scrap left. And I'm going to stamp trees for sale, and I'm going to stamp a dog. So there's Buddy. And then where's my trees? There we go. Just fits on. Just fits on. Again, there is a die to cut these out. If you want to cut them out with your die, that's absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to cut them out with my scissors and keep talking to you while I'm doing it. if you could do a thumbs up on my video if you're watching, if you know, even if you're not taking part in the class and you're just watching along, I would absolutely appreciate that. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to cut the little doggo out. Oh. Might be easy to use the die. I do like cutting out. Okay. So this is going to glue here. Just a bit of glue there. And before that sort of sticks down, I'm going to pop the trees for sale in, like behind it, like that. And then the little dog is going to go there. And then we'll show this one because this one is the better one with the sequins. But this is your little lovely tree, Christmas tree shop. And it's snowing. And there's a dog running about. And there's trees for sale. And this one doesn't, the snow's stuck. So they are a bit too big for the... It would have worked with the, a lot better with those foam strips. So anyway, I hope you've got on better than I did with your sequins. With card number 2. So what time is it? I know I've probably done that one quite quickly, but it's 25 past, I think. Should be 25 past 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it at 1/2 I feel that that's too big, too quick a turnaround. So the last video will go on at 3:45. Okay, so that's going to go on at 3:45. I'll be back at 3:45, so you can catch up and we can do the last card together. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to do a shaker card, and I'd love to see your results. I'll see you soon. Bye.